Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco Podcast.
See a trucker, blast a trucker. Hey, life. Also more
We don't own the rights, but he does. About to hear his shit.
All y'all bars bombastic, feeling like a villain when I kill him and then charge him back with all that jargon mastered. Roll some joints of the kind that your arms attached with my garden's raps. Look on my bars, it's a large to massive disaster. It's like my cars are crashing. Motherfuckers rhyme so dry that the bars need chapstick. My rhymes harness magic, sorcerer stone of the acid. Harry's laughing at the big scary dragon. Oh wait, no, it's just me spitting. No flame grows more than mine when I'm ripping. No stain Moses as fine as my riddance. Go blame those other guys when they give it. If you can't fit in, then fuck it, I'm living. I'm selling my cup till I'm kicking the bucket. I hit them with love, never gripping us tumbling. I get the shit done. They say his mama didn't want him, flushed him into the sewers.
Might need to cut that last part. That might be copyrighted.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midnight Paco Podcast. As always, you can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on all platforms.
I am the _great_COREE. That's where you can find me, or you can find us both on the Midnight Paco Podcast.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we do have a special guest.
We do have a guest.
He is a fellow comic,
Yes.
an actor,
Yes.
and as you've heard, an MC, a rapper as
Yeah,
well.
lyricist.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Glenn Menteer.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Appreciate having you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, just at Glenn Menteer. Very simple. Yeah, nothing crazy, but yeah, that's where I post all my shows, things like that.
TikTok,
I do actually. Yeah, you can follow me on TikTok as well. I think it's the same name, at Glenn Menteer.
What about
Two N's.
Two N's.
Yeah. How do you spell Menteer? Just give us.
It's a Menteer. Yeah.
And in case you want to hear more music from Glenn Menteer, where can they find that?
You can find that on YouTube and Spotify at Lyrical Rap Syndicate. Yeah.
Talk about flowing.
He was spitting, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, you were saying, oh, that's not bad. My shit. You're over here spitting like Eminem and shit.
I got bars.
Yeah, he's younger, man. He kept that shit fluid.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just like my gender.
There he is.
Just kidding.
I was about to say, wow. I didn't know, but whatever.
No,
fluid means you go.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's cool. That's what you do?
Like sexuality wise, or no, I'm just straight. I'm just a straight white male. Yeah.
That's the one.
I mean,
I'm joking.
Nothing. Okay.
Nothing against it. It's fine if you want to.
Yeah, if that's what you do.
Yeah.
So the Midnight Paco Podcast, brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
So what's up, brother?
Oh, not much. Just chilling. Happy to be here.
Yes.
Very thankful you guys brought me on. Excited to do some casting.
Hey, man. I have to say you're one of my favorites.
Thank you. Appreciate
ever since
that.
we met you.
Yep.
You know, every time you're on stage, just your wit, you're funny, your style, it's fun. You know what I mean? You're up there just fucking having fun, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
Silly as shit. Your bunny joke is funny.
Thank you. Yep.
People, you gotta come out and see him because it's a hilarious joke, and you know.
You know what? And it, he sort of reminds me of myself because, like, I don't know, like the majority of the stuff that I seen from was like really clean, like family oriented.
Yeah.
But he does have a dark side.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
comes
does.
out.
He does have a dark side, but I guess he's open for corporate gigs.
Sure am. Yeah. So
And-
Pfizer. If you're looking, sponsor me.
You know, and like you know, I'm not speaking for him, but his stuff is like he has family oriented stuff as well. You know, but I think he can. What do you prefer?
I prefer I prefer to not have to be clean. If
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's easier, right?
Yeah.
Because anything goes. But I can do clean. Like I have jokes that are clean that I can do if I need to. But I do like being able to just tell whatever I want without any restrictions.
Yeah, but you can't tell my favorite joke technically.
No, I could not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is silly because you don't really swear, but you talk about
like blowjobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I don't know. I know I heard him do both, and they both were great.
right.
But at the same time, it's like, to me, look at him. He looks like, what I told you he looked like? Spencer from iCarly.
It's true.
So it's like,
Yeah, actually, I auditioned for that part, and he got it over me.
Damn it.
I'm pissed. I could have. Yeah.
no,
So they're looking for
he's
this
older
kinda-
than you, man. Way older than you.
Yeah, I was like 5, so I was lying. Yeah.
So how long you been doing comedy?
I just hit 2 years in October.
October. Okay.
Yeah, just
October
yeah.
what?
That's a good question.
Oh, you don't know
I didn't record the exact. I know it was towards the end of October is when I
Okay,
started.
alright.
I don't know the exact date.
You didn't record it?
It is recorded on my phone somewhere. I'd have to look. I don't know. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Because I do have the first video of my first set on my phone.
Posted mine.
Wait a minute.
Oh, did you?
I may have some pics.
Ooh, for my first time.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I might.
You might.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
he might. He
did you
does
get-
that type of shit. He does that type of shit.
I might. I don't know. Like people that go up for the first time, I try to, because I think that you should capture that moment.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll be in there.
That's
He'll
true.
just take pictures of random motherfuckers that we just meet.
No, well, people when they say it's their first time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When
Yeah.
they say it's the first time that you just meet, you know what I mean? You'll take a picture of them.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo, I guess.
There's a
that's
lot of
fine.
people not out there like you. We've had this conversation with your memory and the conversations you've had with people. It's just, yeah, he knows everybody
No, I don't.
and he remembers everything.
Sometimes
It's amazing.
I'm old. You see these grays?
Look, man, there was somebody that performed at the Funny Stop, and they ain't been there months. And they showed up, and he's like, "Hey, man, what's going on? Yeah, you did this joke, this and that." This dude looked at him like, "Who the fuck are you, and why do you know this information?" But he was right. They had the right guy and the right information.
Cool. See, he pays attention.
Yes.
Pays attention.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
That's a skill.
I'm a fan of the game.
Yeah, but that's a skill, man.
I'm a fan of the game, and that's why when you and I first came, I would only hope and wish there was a Justin and Cool C to greet us when we first started
Yeah.
doing comedy. Because when we first came, we all can say we came from the Funny Stop.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
You started at the Funny
Yeah, I
Stop.
started there,
I
yeah.
started at the Funny Stop, and nobody was talking to us at all. Only person that did was two touring comics. Gary Garcia.
Yep.
Shout out to Gary Garcia.
Shout out to Gary Garcia.
And what was it? Mike Merck.
Mike Mark. Yep.
They was the only people that talked to us. We hung out with them and things like that.
Was this on Wednesdays?
Well, they were there because they had a show that
Yeah.
that weekend,
okay.
and so they were there checking it out or whatever the case, and so we were there.
Gotcha.
And then after the mic, they were there and we were hanging out with them, talking to them about everything because they've been doing it for what at that point, almost 10 years. Something.
Yeah.
Mike Mark's super. I hosted for him at the Funny Stop
Yeah.
recently, so I
Oh,
was
really?
wondering.
Yeah,
If he
his
went to the
crowd
Wednesdays before.
Unbelievable.
Oh, he's so
isn't it?
funny. He's so good off the cuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Really
jealous.
good. Yeah.
How good he is.
Glenn,
He's also been doing it forever in a different
no,
city.
you
too.
working. You on your way, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speak on that though. What was your experience coming to the Funny Stop for the first time?
I was nervous as shit. I practiced for like 2 or 3 weeks before even doing my first set because I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy, but I was always too scared. I didn't think I could be funny on like just on the spot. I was always reactively funny.
Right.
But then my friends started doing stand-up, and then I got some FOMO, and I was like, I want to do stand-up too. If you're doing stand-up, that's the main reason. That's what pushed me into doing it. And then they were doing it before me a couple weeks, and I was just going and watching them and like practicing my set. every night for like 2 or 3 weeks before I did my first set.
Okay.
I did my first set. I got like no laughs, but it was fine.
Really?
Not my first set, no.
Okay.
Like none of my jokes really landed. I think I had one at the end that landed. But I just kept trying it, and then I kept getting a little bit better and better. And then, yeah, it was a really good experience though, because everyone at the Funny Stop is super friendly. Like it was a really nice.
By the time you got there.
Yeah, by the time I got there, 'cause you guys were there. You guys were there, and you were super nice to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was like Liam,
Yeah,
Duke
Liam,
were there, and they were
Liam and Duke.
super, super nice guys.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure if everyone was mean to me. I don't know if I would have kept doing it.
Right.
But everyone was really nice to me, so
I don't
coming
think
back.
they were. I didn't even say they were mean. They just didn't talk to us.
Yeah, they weren't
Right.
outgoing. They weren't like us, I guess you could say. Or definitely him, because he'll approach anybody. You know what I mean?
I mean, because,
it means a lot to people. It really does. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell you what, the first person to really approach me outside of anybody was Ebony Timberlake. She was there. Do you know who Ebony Timberlake is?
I've heard the name.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I know him.
Yeah,
if I met her.
she's more up in Cleveland, but she was down at the Funny Stop the one time when I was down there, and she came up to me and said something to me, and that was the first time a comedian, came up to me outside of anything and said, "Hey, keep doing what you're doing. That's good stuff." You know what I'm saying? So it's good to hear that reinforcement.
Like when you said you practice. Now I can recall from my first time, it was like Pete. R.I.P. Pete. He would introduce people. He'll welcome people to the club, show them pictures. Yeah, there's Steve Harvey. He started right here.
Yep.
John Henning. He started right here. You see Cool C? First time he did 2 minutes. I'm like, damn, Pete. You gonna tell everybody that? I did 2 minutes. I advanced to the next week, and those 5 minutes, if you have 2 weeks or a week for your next set, those 5 minutes can hold you hostage.
Oh,
for a whole week or whenever you know what I'm saying? Just 5 minutes you'll be in your head the whole 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you said you was practicing and things like that. So and you've been on stage several times. Can you walk me through that process? Like, how was that for you? That was how it was for me. But how was it for you?
I felt like an eternity up there for my first 5 minutes. I was just waiting for it to end, especially when you do your first bit and then no one's laughing. And you're like, did I make a mistake? But I don't know. I just powered through it. And I've been on stage before. I did plays all throughout high school. I did plays in college. I was always like the host of school events in high school.
So I'm on the stage.
Oh,
I'm used to the stage.
With other people.
Yeah, I've never been on stage alone, and there's something really vulnerable about doing stand-up comedy, where it's like it feels like a personal attack when you don't get laughs because you thought it was funny, and then you're not validated, and you're thinking that thing was funny.
Delivery of it too.
That's true. Yeah.
You've learned that it can be the delivery of said joke too, or what you're trying to get across, and you just haven't found the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Comedy is so weird because obviously, my mind is so geared towards filth, unfortunately. So a lot of my jokes end up in that realm.
Right.
And if you're just somebody who's just not trying to deal with that, you know what I mean? It's just not your style. You know what I mean? So
another thing that I learned was like, okay, so you're doing your open mic, and if you do your open mic, you can do your material over and over, and it may not. You think it's not doing well because it's in front of maybe a room full of comedians, the same people, and then you might perform the same joke somewhere else, and you'll kill.
Right.
So it's like, I guess my advice to you, if you haven't, and I know you have, move around.
Oh yeah.
Go to Buffalo.
For sure.
Yeah.
Go to PA.
Yeah.
Do some John Huff. Shout out to John Huff.
Hey, John Huff. Yeah, great
do
guy.
some John Huffs. Just move around because you want the approval from your peers, but sometimes you won't get it.
Yeah.
Right.
So you want to see it in front of an audience to see how your material really is. How it really hits.
Right.
With the audience or not.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of great stuff.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And you said about how much time do you have?
How much time total do I have? I mean, like all my jokes, probably like 40 minutes worth of jokes.
You ready for a special?
Like that. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've never done longer than like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's
so
the thing.
I have a lot of individual jokes, but like to put them all in a single set.
Right.
It would take a lot of work. I haven't had to do that yet.
Yeah.
So I haven't because I'm lazy. So I haven't made a 40-minute set because I've not
Trust
had to.
me, man.
But I've done 15-minute sets a good number of times, and I've always gone pretty well. Comedy is also weird because this is the one thing you do that you can. The only way to practice is to do it in front of people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like if you play guitar, if you like make rap songs, you know, you can practice your rap over and over again until it's perfect, and then record it and it sounds good.
Yeah.
Comedy, you can practice your jokes over and over again, but you don't know if it's going to work until you tell it in front of people, and they either laugh or don't laugh.
And it's so hard to get somebody who has no idea what you're about to say just to laugh.
Or someone that don't know you.
Reaction just to laugh at something you said. You know?
Someone that don't know you, like you said, like it's easy to, make your friends laugh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
because they have a background of you. They know
they know you. They know your
personality. You know you're gonna say some weird shit.
And you get away with edgier stuff too with your friends, also, than with strangers on stage.
But to me, I think what we're trying to do
on a date. Trying to be a certain way in front of somebody.
No, but think about this. Think about this, fellas. Like what we are doing. Like the more people are familiar with you, you grow your fan base, and those are an auditorium or a club full of your friends, and you can be free and and they will get you.
100%.
That's true. Yeah, the hard part's getting there. Because until you get there, you're still just doing it in front of strangers.
And not only that, you don't have time within a set. Either you're up there for 5 minutes, you don't have time to really for them to get to know you.
Right.
15 minutes is tough too, because you can do a little fluff, and, back and forth, but most of the time you're up there trying to do your fucking 15-minute bits. You know what I mean?
To be honest with you, like you said, you did 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Your 5-minute bit at the open mic, you could probably do that for 15 minutes.
Just like stretch it out, or like fill in gaps,
or just stretch it out because I don't know if you're like me, but when I was trying to get my jokes out, I'm like blah, 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 blah. All right, I've been cool. See you, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
No,
for 5 minutes. But see, when you have 15 minutes, shout out to the comedian headliner. He's out of Detroit. I can't think of his name right now. But he was the headliner, and I went up.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember.
And he said, "You were good. Slow down."
Yep.
And I'm coming straight from like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. He said, "Slow down and believe in what you're saying. Because if you don't believe in what you're saying, the audience won't believe in what you're saying."
Right.
But I'm coming straight off of doing 5 minutes, so I was up there like blah, 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 blah. All right, thank you, good night.
Yep.
Yeah, but see, we record our sets. Justin and I record each other's sets. Do you record yours?
I do. I have Kelly recorded everything.
Nice.
Yeah, my girlfriend. Shout out my girlfriend Kelly. She's great.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, support.
Right. She said I had to say that. So. I'm just kidding.
Shout out to you. She's always there supporting.
Oh yeah,
she is. She's very supportive.
She supports us.
She supports comedy.
Yeah,
and that's a plus for.
But that's what I'm saying. When we're at the clubs and there ain't nobody laughing, you'll hear her. You're like, at least somebody. Thank you.
Thank you.
For fucking supporting.
She always says she has a horrible memories. That helps her laugh at jokes more because she always forgets the jokes people do.
Well, good, because that means it's working every time.
No, but see, okay, so since you're listening to your bit, I don't know if you notice, but sometimes you got to keep rolling through the laughter. But when you're doing shows, you can slow up and let them get that laugh out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because when we got 5 minutes, okay, I know you're laughing, but here go the next thing. I got to keep it rolling.
Yeah.
So what shows do, you can slow it down, you can add more and things of that nature. So I think that's a difference. So that's why I say, please, if you can, spread yourself, go out. So who are some of your comedic influences?
Excuse me. Bo Burnham, probably number one. I've been a huge fan of him since high school. I actually started out in high school. I would write funny songs and perform them for like the talent show.
Okay.
In high school.
Songs or rap songs?
Both.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, funny songs, funny rap songs. Me and Travis Brown, shout out.
Shout out Travis.
He's another comic. We started together, but we used to do the talent show in high school.
Okay.
And we would do comedic duo bits where we would like do skits and songs.
Yeah.
And Bo Burnham is a big influence for me with doing that stuff because he started off just posting funny songs on YouTube.
Nice.
And then someone found it, like a producer,
okay,
and they gave him a chance. He was the youngest comic ever to do a stand-up comedy special on Comedy Central. He was 18 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, when he did his first special.
Okay.
Yeah, and he started off was with like YouTube videos of him doing funny like raps and songs.
Nice.
Yeah, so that influenced me a lot.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, like in high school, I was doing that all the time. Me and Travis got second place in our talent show.
Nice.
Shout out Southeast High School, second place in our talent show.
What city is
sophomore
that?
year? Diamond, Ohio. It's in like it's a rural area.
Okay.
I think it's technically like the mailing address is Ravenna, but that doesn't really matter.
Do they have a Walmart?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a bunch of sheep, bunch of farm animals. Smells like manure.
Okay.
They have llamas?
Llamas?
Llama.
There was a llama farm.
Nice.
There was a llama farm.
Get the hell
My
out
cousin
of here.
worked on a llama farm in that area. Yeah.
Shout out to Llama.
Shout out to llamas. You know
Also-
what?
PSA for llamas: if they're about to spit in your face, which they do,
Yes.
you have to punch them.
What?
That's what I heard. Is you got to punch the llama to assert your dominance.
No.
So if you're ever in a situation where a llama's attacking you and about to spit on you, just knock him in the face.
Damn.
Yeah. So
You know what?
learning a lot.
I've been around llamas, and listen, they people think that animals don't have conscience and minds and things.
Boy.
Look, they have attitudes when they're shaving. I'm telling you, they look at you like, what the F you looking at? You never saw a shaved llama before.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like it. I don't think they do. They look at you like, what the F you looking at? You know.
No, they're territorial. They're very feisty. Like,
Are they?
So if you stare at them, they will spit in your face. Yeah, it's crazy. Llamas are crazy.
It
Yeah.
takes a thought process for that.
Does.
You know, people think animals are like stupid, but no.
That's an evolutionary thing.
Which I don't know if it makes it better or worse that you punch them in the face because they're more like a human. So it's like you're not punching an innocent animal. I feel like we shouldn't talk about punching animals on the podcast.
No.
Let's move on.
It
we
happens.
can move on.
It happens. Sometimes you got to punch.
But yeah. So Burt Brennan was a big influence of mine. I got off track there. Anthony Jeselnik also. I've been a huge fan of Anthony Jeselnik. I'm a big fan of the art of the joke. You know, so I have a big appreciation for one-liner comics. You know, just telling joke after joke. I feel like it's very impressive to like continuously write just joke after joke after joke. Because you gotta, if you're filling an hour with one-liner jokes, that's like,
60 of them.
that's at least, it's probably like 2 jokes a minute at least.
Yeah,
So that's like 100 something jokes. Anthony Jeselnik's a huge one, and also Louis C.K. I think.
Yeah.
But
C.K., shout out
he's
to
kind of
Louis
the
C.K.
opposite. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
He's kind of the opposite. He's like a more storyteller type comedian.
Yeah, but I see like the style.
Yeah.
That you like, you know what I mean? You kind of
Yeah.
like that dark humor, kind of ride the line type thought out process, you know, obviously. Because Anthony Jeselnik, he likes that reversal.
Yeah, it's super
lot,
dark
you know
too.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And he's super dark. So, going into the Funny Stop and, doing that, you've been doing it for 2 years. Throughout that process, have you noticed your growth?
Yeah, for sure. Like with comedy, I feel like, and I've told other like comics who are newer than me this, progression in comedy is not linear. There's like no just straight line. I'm getting better.
Exactly.
Because there's gonna be weeks where you're killing it and you're like, I'm the best I've ever been, and then right after that week, you'll bomb for the entire week, and then you'll feel like you're like, why am I doing this? Why do I suck now? None of my jokes are working. How have I gotten worse? Well, then you get out of that and you do good again, and then like after you climb out of that hole, you feel like you've improved. So don't get discouraged if you're a new comic that you don't feel like you're funny and your jokes aren't landing for a while. He's got to keep going, like, because that happens to everybody.
Right.
Like you'll go through rough patches where you'll feel like
Absolutely.
like your jokes are doing bad. Like I'm not funny. I should just quit. I feel embarrassed.
Especially when you're at open mics.
All those thoughts.
Even though we're at the Funny Stop most of the time and there's a decent crowd, half that crowd sometimes it's comedians that don't laugh.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they just sit there. And so when you go back and listen to your shit again.
For those of you watching the podcast, he showed me a picture of him posing with a llama. That's a cool llama, though.
Thank you,
That's
man.
a really cool
With
llama.
some shades
He's got
on,
some
by the
swag,
way.
that llama.
He has some
Yeah. Oh,
shades
yeah.
on.
And Kelsey's got some shades on.
For all you guys who...
I'm gonna send it to you so you can put it up there, Jay.
Yeah. Perfect. There we go. Yeah.
Bam! If it doesn't send it to me, it's not getting put up. But people just listening, you're not going to be able to see it. So go to YouTube, subscribe, and watch the llama and Cool C.
That's right.
True. Yeah.
Appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
So, so is there any tendencies that you had that you don't have anymore, or things that you wanted to work on that you didn't have? Like him,
Yeah.
he looks at people more. I'm trying not to pace as much because I used to. I used to
too
think
try
I had
not
to
to
fill
pace.
the stage, and it's like it's not that big of a fucking stage. I can just stand here.
Right,
You know what I mean? I'm trying not to fidget and move because I used to do like this because I got energy, and it's like, why the fuck am I up there bouncing around? You know
Doing
what I mean?
cartwheels and shit.
Yeah. So I'm trying to not do that. Is there anything that you realize that you used to do, like not playing with the chord?
First of all, I've seen
Oh,
Glenn never really moved around.
No, he stands
I
still.
usually stand. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for you personally because
Yeah.
I've never seen you just go up there and do your shit. But is there anything you think you had to work on?
Yeah, for sure. Like when I first started, I had every joke and bit like written out word for word, and then I would do it word for word on stage, and it came off way too rehearsed. Like you could obviously tell. Yeah, that's like I'm reading a script. Like it was like my inner theater major in me was like doing a play on stage, and I realized that's not working. Like with comedy, you got to pretend like you're having a conversation with the audience.
Yeah.
And so I stopped writing word for word on my jokes out. I'll think of like I'll get a joke in my head. I'll write it out first, but then I'll keep recording different versions of it on my phone.
Okay.
And then I won't decide what version I'm doing until I go on stage, and then I just see what comes out of my mouth. Like I have an idea of the setup and the punchline, but like the stuff in between is just like authentic me just saying whatever like fills in the gaps.
Okay.
And that made it a lot more like authentic. And I don't sound like I'm just rehearsing a play on stage. That's the main thing I had to work on, I think.
Okay,
that's important.
That's very important. Is trying to make it just seem authentic because even me, there's certain parts in my bits that are still robotic because I remember them word for word.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes the cadence is the only way that it comes out though, but it still sounds scripted. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I'm still working on that.
In my opinion,
It takes time. Yeah, I'm still working on it as well.
We are our worst critics.
Yeah,
For sure.
So, and to a person that doesn't know, and they just see our set, I'm sure it appears like you ever saw a female look in the mirror and fix their hair, and then when they're done, they're like fixing their hair for like 5 minutes, and then when they're done, they look exactly the same as they did before.
yeah.
Every day when I wake up, every single time.
They're like doing this for like 5 minutes,
I'm like,
and then they look exactly the same.
yeah.
You're like, what are you doing? You know, but it's a look or a sound, and it's pretty. Like we are our worst critics,
For sure. Yeah.
and you might think it sounds robotic. And one of the things that I often tell, I think you may have did it one time. If you mess up on stage, nobody knows it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you say, "Damn, I fucked up." If you say that on stage, nobody know that you've done it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've definitely done it once, and I think I never did it again after that.
Yeah, like if you didn't say it, would nobody ever know?
Nobody would ever. Except for sometimes I know the comedians know I've said my shit like out of sync or this and that or said it or fucked it up because sometimes you sit there, you listen to people say, you know their goddamn set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've joked like we should go up and do each other's sets.
Yeah.
You know
That'd be pretty fun.
Just go up there and I'm taking the
So I was in a
bad way
bunny
out.
suit. Yeah. You're like, keep saying that. Yeah.
The funny suit. Yeah. Oh,
This is inside baseball for everybody who doesn't know the jokes.
Best warehouse worker on the motherfucking planet.
I mean, that would be hilarious.
You guys ever Google your name?
But it's funny because you just don't want to,
You might want to hear any math jokes?
I haven't done that one in a while, actually.
No, you got a lot of good. Like I said, your humor is funny because it's sometimes it's silly but witty. You know what I mean? And you play off of certain
I love
things.
it.
You know?
I appreciate it. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to be too clever, and there's a difference between like being clever and funny. Because if you're clever, people are like, that's funny.
Yeah,
but if you're funny, people will laugh out loud.
Right.
So
That's
it's a fine line to walk.
Sometimes they'll laugh on the way home.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's what we talk about all the time is getting belly laughs.
Right.
We get laughs. There's times I've gotten belly laughs from the same material, so it's weird because different rooms produce different.
Oh, yeah.
Atmospheres and different.
Well, there's so many
results.
variables in comedy. Like the audience is a huge variable. Who's there? Like what they think is funny.
Yeah.
How you're feeling that day is a variable. Like your energy. So
Yeah.
the same joke can kill one night and bomb the other night.
100%.
It's
So weird.
a tough profession.
It is, but it's not. I mean, because we the problem is we all go for the same goal. we all have. I don't want to say egos because there's a lot of egos. I think
I want to say we all do.
we do, but I don't.
I think we all do. Come on.
I don't know.
Look at me. I got the microphone. Pay a babysitter. I don't care. Come see me.
Ultimately, that sounds egotistical, but I like just going up there and being able to talk shit. And I guess, yeah, that sounds it. But at the same time, it's just...
It's still, get a babysitter.
100%. I can't disagree.
Buy a ticket. Get dressed up to come see me talk on this microphone.
This is
okay?
true.
Yeah, that's true. I think every comedian is a little bit narcissistic because you kind of have to be to want to garner attention from dozens of people. Yeah.
But see, it's
It
not
is
like
what it is, Jay. It is what it is, man.
But it's weird because I don't look at it like that.
It is what it is,
I look
man.
at it as I just want to go up there and talk. But yes, you're right. You need other people to come and see you.
Yeah, get
You know
that
what I mean?
babysitter.
It's a tough. Yeah, I know.
Call off work the next day. Come see me. Dress up. Put on your best
It's not
outfit.
worth it because I talk about fun stuff.
It's true.
See?
Relationships,
Fun
all
stuff.
type of other
See?
stuff.
You was like, it's all worth it. Somebody else might say, no, it's not.
Oh, there's tons of people out there who probably think that 100%.
Yeah.
But if you look at a show that we put together, all three of us do different things.
Yes.
It's true. Yeah.
You know what? I always say that's the beauty of open mics.
Exactly.
Because you get like all different types of comedy
Yeah, on one show.
on one show.
You see 12 comics doing a lot of different shit, and it's usually not as, the ticket's a lot cheaper than a regular show would be on the weekend or some shit.
Oh, way cheaper. Sometimes free.
Sometimes free,
Yeah, depending on where you go.
Yeah, $3.99.
Yeah, but that's why it's upsetting that the Funny Stop doesn't, it used to pop on Wednesdays.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I just
Yeah.
know.
Hey, anybody in the Ohio area?
Like, don't put stuff out there like
Well,
that.
you just said
don't
it.
know- but you don't know. You don't know.
You just did it, bro.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It's too late.
I know what
Cross
you're
the
talking
bridge.
about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Anybody who wants to show up.
yeah, show
For a
up.
show.
Come to the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls. They do support live comedy
They got
wherever
new
you are.
lights.
Wherever you are.
It's bright as shit now.
It's so bright. I love it.
Wherever you are, anywhere in the world, support live comedy. If you love comedy,
Yeah.
find out where those mics are. If you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, just go to support. It's almost like you never know who's going to be at those open mics. It's
true.
Facts.
You have touring
Yeah,
comics.
yeah,
you
really.
got newbies. You got touring comics.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a discounted show. It's like going to a barber college.
Probably.
Sure. Barber
So
college.
let me ask you this. I like that phrase.
Yeah, let me ask you this.
I just think of Chris Rock every time. Let me ask you this. Can you kick my ass? Every time from his bit. But so when you first started wanting to do it, did you know about the Funny Stop, or like how did you search out where to go?
The reason I knew about the Funny Stop was because one of my friends did his first set at the Funny Stop.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much what snowballed me into going, because my friend did it, my other friend did it because he did it, then I did it because my other friend did it.
Okay.
And so we all started
And
doing
so
it.
FOMO.
And
Are they
that's-
all doing it?
Travis was one of my friends. He's still doing it.
he's still
Yeah.
Travis,
The other
yeah.
friend, I think,
What's Travis'
is taking a
last name?
hiatus.
Brown.
Travis Brown.
Travis Brown.
Yeah. Like the
Okay.
color.
You remember?
I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been at the Funny Stop a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm sure he.
There was a Trent Brown too, right?
There was? Yeah,
Yes.
wow. Good memory.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's doing it anymore.
I
Which is
reached
funny because he's the one that got us all to do it.
Trent?
Because he's the first one who did it, and then we wanted
Hey,
to.
tell Trent.
So
Shout out to Trent Brown.
Travis and then you.
Yeah.
That's how the order was.
And then Brian followed.
Okay,
my friend
Brian.
Brian.
Shout out to
Brian
Brian.
Stiegel.
Shout out to
Shout
Brian.
out.
Shout out to
Yeah, he's a really
Brian.
funny guy.
Okay.
Yep. It's a
Yeah.
whole train of comedians.
Yeah,
Sounds
I've
dirty.
been reaching out to Trent.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, tell him to.
Yeah, let him know. I don't know why. I'm not sure why he stopped. I don't want to get too into it because
Well, I
it's
mean,
like it might be
people are
personal.
personal.
But
No, it could be, but
Yeah.
just let him know that I've been trying to reach you, man. Because I think he did my room I was doing.
yeah, he probably did. He was all over the place when he started. He was like going to every show possible.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I reached out to him. I don't know if his number changed or not, but
I'll let him know.
Yeah, so I mean, doing this, I mean, it's like, so you started with friends, but think of all the people you've met.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I talk about this all the time with with him. It's if I wouldn't even thought about doing this, the people I would have never met. You know what I mean? I may have been sitting at home one day and seen them on TV. You know what I mean? Because they've done it. You know what I mean? But I would have never met them. And now it's like we've met so many people that if they keep going, there's a career in it.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Because there's a lot of good people out here.
to be honest with you, everybody that I've personally invited on the show is
Right.
people that I think is going to be up.
100%. You know, that's what this
Shucks.
platform's about.
And
Feel so
yeah.
honored.
Yeah, we want
Let everybody know, like-
highlight the people that we feel in the area that are, you know,
Doing something, the movers
doing
and
something.
shakers.
Yeah, doing something, takes it seriously. That
Absolutely.
wants to grow within, because we talked off camera that you started in high school doing plays and
Yeah.
And on
Yep.
camera.
yeah. So that's something you look forward to doing in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd love to keep. I want to be a touring comic at some point. I would love to, be an actor, do acting.
But you are an actor. You
I
did
am an
that.
actor. Yeah, I have done acting. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm still
He's
an
an
actor.
actor.
Yeah.
So you have stuff out there on like YouTube and everything. Like
No, not for acting. I have music on YouTube. I have some sets on YouTube from comedy, but I don't have any acting.
Okay.
I don't think I'm there. There might be something if you type in my name and like play or something that pops up. But
Okay.
if there is, it was from like
high school. Or
like
something
eight
like that.
years ago. Or
Okay,
something.
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, still.
Okay.
'Cause I did acting in
Internet's
college too. That I think we
It's
posted.
been what, since like 1999, 1998?
Something like that.
think
Yeah,
1998.
it's pretty old by now.
Nice.
I think I have a
No,
tattoo
that's cool because basically, you'll be surprised of how many actors and actresses there are that use acting as a plan B.
Right.
Because Billy D. Williams, who was an artist, and acting was a plan B for him. So you'll be surprised, and if Jamie Foxx was, he ultimately wanted to be a musician.
Oh, okay.
And acting and comedy was his plan B and C.
Gotcha.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was his first love.
Oh, music.
Was music?
You can tell, can't you?
I mean, obviously he can do it
His
very,
music is
very
dope.
well,
Like,
but he's also funny.
He's actually, like, to me, one of the most talented individuals in the world.
Yeah.
I say him and
yeah.
Wayne Brady, but
Yeah, they're on the same.
yeah, they're
I
like
think, yeah.
they can do everything.
Yeah.
Like, they're almost like cartoons. You know how cartoons can do everything.
Right.
Yeah, they're cartoons.
When I think of Wayne Brady, I just think of the Chappelle skit.
Yeah.
Is Wayne Brady going to slap a hoe? That's just good old
Yeah.
classic Chappelle.
Absolutely.
Missed that show.
So, like, let's put it out here because the world is watching. Like, if you can wave a magical reality wand, what would Glenn Menteer be doing, like, within the next couple of years?
Wave a magic wand?
Reality magic wand.
Oh, reality. So it's got to be like realistic.
Yeah.
So I can't gain the ability to teleport or
No.
Not yet. Not
sing
yet.
harmonies with myself.
Not yet.
Because I've
I mean, you
always
can still do that, can't you?
no. I don't know how to throat sing like those like. Blah. I just want to be a successful comedian, really. That or an actor. Like I've always. In high school, I had this weird complex where I was convinced I'd be famous one day, and I always wanted to be famous, no matter what the cost or what it took. I wanted to be famous. There's actually Bo Burnham made a show called Zach Stone's Gonna Be Famous, and I feel like he made that show for me.
For you?
Hey.
And you should watch. It's on Netflix. It's a really good show.
Okay.
But no, I always wanted to be like in the limelight, So whatever, like I would love. I think comedy is what I love the most. But I wouldn't mind, doing acting.
Right.
Like being some famous actor, or
Okay.
if we're waving a magic wand, famous actor, famous comedian.
famous acting,
Famous musician.
Will you be in a sitcom or movie or both, or will you be doing like rom-coms or like what type of? Let's put it in the atmosphere.
like-
Probably indie horror. Indie
Indie
movies.
horror, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'd like to do movies. I think that'd be fun.
Like rom-coms, horror, action, doing your own stunts, Jackie Chan or what?
Yeah, like what's your
I
character?
can do
is.
a mean somersault. So.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. No, I like to do comedies. I think that's just what I was always best at in high school plays. I was best at the comedies.
Yeah.
I wasn't as good at the dramas that we would do. I was all right, but I like comedies. That's what I watch generally when I watch a movie. I like a good comedy.
Is that like your emotional base? You know what I mean? You don't get like sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just fucking emotional.
I'm
always trying to be uplifting.
I'm the same way. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah.
I am not emotional. I think I might be a little emotionally stunted.
Okay.
I didn't. Yeah, because I have a real hard time expressing my emotions.
Okay.
Unless it's like dealing with being funny or being happy.
Right.
And like Kelly, my girlfriend, gets upset at me because when we fight, I will always make a joke to try to break the tension, and then she hates it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I get
Which
you.
we barely ever fight. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not even a fight, it's a debate.
a debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, disagreement.
Yeah, disagreement.
Yeah, trust me, relationships are the way.
So what's your position in your family household? You're the oldest, you're the youngest, you're the middle, or what?
I'm the oldest child.
Oldest
Yeah,
child?
my sisters call me the star child because they think I'm the favorite.
Really?
My mom has told me that I'm the favorite, so their
Yeah,
fears
well,
are accurate. But
I was a third. I was a third child, so you know.
yeah,
I see my brother. He's the golden boy. I get it.
I'm the
Yep.
baby.
You're the baby.
I'm the baby.
Okay.
But I don't think I act like the baby.
that's good.
No. My
Very
sister's
mature.
the baby. She was 10 years after me. She was the oops child.
Super baby.
Oops child.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's fucking spoiled. She gets whatever. She's a fave.
No, I was wondering because I asked that question because a lot of times it's like normally the babies or maybe I don't know if the middle child is like it happens, but like Eddie Murphy, I don't know where he was, but I think he was like one of the youngest.
Yeah, the youngest is usually
he was like the middle child, I think, because he
with
had
the
a younger.
most because they have to go through it.
Yeah, I was asking that because I'm
And they want the
trying to.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like you're the oldest, and a lot of times the oldest kids they always feel like life would be better without their younger siblings.
Every day I think that. Yeah.
Like, why did you have to have them
just
for? Like,
I'm just joking. I love my sisters. They're great.
You know how much more
Shout out my sisters. A
stuff I
lot of
could
shout outs
have?
today.
A lot of shout outs. You know how much more stuff I could have without you guys?
It's true though. I would have a lot more action figures if they were not in the picture. But
G.I. Joe's are on point.
had
they
to
were
share.
doing just fine.
They would also frame me as a kid too. They would frame me. They would make me play with them, and if I didn't play with them, they would tell my mom I hit them. And then when we would play, they would have me throw them around, and they would make me keep doing it until I hurt them. And then they would tell my mom I hit them.
Yeah,
So either way, I would get in trouble.
For hurting
It was
them?
lose-lose. Yeah, for hurting them on accident or not playing with them, because my mom always believed my sisters.
Oh, of course. You're the
Yeah, because
boy.
I'm like the taller. I'm like the boy. I'm older, so they're like, oh yeah,
You're setting a bad example,
Yeah.
son.
So that's where the comedy came from.
That's true.
So he
Nice.
was the third child, basically.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Still the faves because he's the oldest, but got treated as such. I get it, man.
That's
Oh yeah.
So you said, what was that guy's name? Dom. He was an influence. Dom.
Bo Burnham.
Yeah, Bo Burnham.
Oh, yeah.
Bo Burnham. What the fuck?
Yeah, I love Bo.
So Bo Burnham, yeah. Okay, you said Louis C.K. and all those other guys.
And Anthony Jeselnik. Yeah, probably my top three.
Those are the
I'd
ones.
say
top three.
Yeah.
You got two more?
two more.
No, I normally ask top five.
Right now, Mark Normand. I love Mark
Yeah, I
Normand.
see
probably
his style kind of like yours. a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah. He's a bit of an influence on me. I like his style a lot. He's also kind of more of a one-liner guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm mostly a one-liner guy. I have like bits,
Right.
but I do a lot of one-liners. But Mark Normand and I'd say I guess Adam Ray,
Okay.
just because Have you ever seen Dr. Phil live?
No.
I
you guys
just
should.
saw that advertisement for that.
Oh yeah, you
Adam
guys.
Ray,
It's on
isn't
YouTube.
he-
Go
isn't
watch.
he
It's
like,
so funny. He impersonates Dr. Phil. And it's
Oh,
hilarious.
he's the,
Yeah.
but he's the talent coordinator, I think, at the mothership now.
Really interesting. Okay.
I think the
Gotcha.
mothership is a club in what is that? Austin,
Austin. Yeah.
Austin, Texas.
Rogan's Club.
Yep. That's where they've killed Tony, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yep.
like- okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jeffrey was on there.
You remember Jeff?
I don't know.
Dahmer?
No, Jesus Jeff.
Jesus Jeff.
Jesus Jeff.
I don't know if he's ever met
Jeff Freely.
Jeff Freely, yeah.
Nah, I don't think I met.
You've probably seen him.
Has he been on the
Maybe.
funny stuff?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. There's so many people. I
don't know.
forget.
Come through the funny stuff.
Yeah,
You'll
so,
be surprised.
so many comics.
I don't
How
think
many?
Coming and going.
How many comics have we seen through the To Kill Tony? Remember
there was a dude from Buffalo that we met.
Remember the guy that talked about tipping cows or something? The Amish dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He was on Kill Tony.
Yeah, he was really funny too.
Yeah,
he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yes, what's his name? Like Herschel or something? Or
forget.
it's some southern name.
And then there was Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff Freely.
Yep. I know Alexa's down there.
You remember Alexa? She's a trans woman.
Alexa, not the automated voice answering thing.
No.
No.
Alexa, and then Mike Ivy. I met him, and he's down there.
But
I met him at Pharmacy.
Have they been on Kill Tony?
No.
No.
But he's always out there recording like the set list and shit. He does that like all the time. He's out there like posting who's going up or whatever the case. I think he did a set. I don't know if he did do a set there at some point in time because they do have an open mic there as well. They have like 2 open mics. They have an open mic plus they have Kill Tony, I think. So that club is all about promoting comedy. It's all the people who work there are all comedians, so they all work their set. I mean, they all work and then they get to go do a spot and come back and do their job. They're all either doormen and they all had to audition for the job as a bartender with their set though.
Oh, that's pretty cool,
right?
Actually, so everyone who works there is a comedian.
Exactly.
Oh,
So do you do like? I mean, I haven't really noticed that you did like topical comedy, like.
No, unless a joke pops in my head about it. Like I think I said it earlier today when we were talking, but I made a joke on stage before that, like right after the election, I was like, "You guys vote?" And like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, I voted. Sucks when your candidate loses, though. One day Kanye's gonna get it." And then like I've done jokes like that, but I don't like to write topical jokes because. It's like borrowed time, you know. They're only going to last a couple months, and then you can't keep doing them. So,
but they kill in the room though.
They do, yeah.
That's the problem because you'll see somebody go up and they'll do that stuff, and it's just like, but what's that do for your set? But it does great in the room sometimes, you know. So it's like that double-edged. I took it from this. It is a chance to work a muscle.
That's true.
Because it's a new joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's coming up with something to talk about in the moment. And it can just be like a one-liner. Yeah. Like you did, and then move the hell along. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I've been trying to think about. But at the same time, I see exactly what you're talking about. I stay away from it basically because it's time stamping.
Yeah,
it's hard to,
like
you know.
I'll do it if it's free. You know, like if the joke just came to me and I'm like, all right, might as well. It seems like a good joke, and I'll do it. But I usually don't just because I don't want to write a joke that's gonna not last. But it is good writing. It's good writing experience. If you want to like look at headlines and then try to write a joke about it, like have you guys seen Jerry Corley on YouTube? He's like the joke doctor. Like when I first got into comedy, I was watching all his videos because he like introduces you how to do stand up, and then one of his suggestions is look at headlines and try to write jokes for the headlines. That's like writing practice. Trying to practice is a good way to practice.
So what's his name again?
Jerry Corley.
Yeah. Jerry Corley. And shout out to Hot Breath.
Joel Byers.
Joel Byers had him on there.
Yeah, I saw you guys had him on there. I watched the episode.
But he had Jerry Corley on his, I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you ask me, those two gentlemen. Mm-hmm. And the Midnight Paco Podcast, and for all the new comics, you know, we talk about our experiences with comedy, you know, new things. We talk about things to expect. You know, we had Joe Byers on, so those are great episodes to check out. Yeah. You know, and if you're like new to comedy, I think, you know, our shows are the perfect shows for that.
Yeah, this was one of the first ones I listened to. You know, because
Joe Byers,
and Rogan, you know, but
I guess
doing comedy though, Joe Byers was the main one because he talked about nothing but comedy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Rogan they'd go off on tangents and things like that.
Right,
you know, and I started watching his with the comedians first, and then I started watching the other ones. But Joe Byers, they just talked about open mics and what to expect and this and that.
And how to write like your first 5 minutes. It's a really good introduction.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you said you're interested in like, you know, doing some acting. Like, what are like? Can you give me like 3 of your favorite movies? Like,
favorite movies. Number 1 favorite's Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
A British movie with Simon Pegg and then Nick Frost. It's so fun because that movie's super clever. I like clever comedies.
That's dope. Something for me to look up.
I gotta think. Number 2, maybe Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods.
I've never seen that.
It's like a horror movie, but it's a commy at the same time.
Wait a minute, is it purposeful comedy?
Yeah, it's a comedy on purpose.
Okay, because a lot of times there's a lot of movies out here that wasn't meant to be funny but are hilarious.
It's like Scream-esque, you know, like how Scream's kind of like a comedy horror type, like got funny bits in it.
Got it.
Then number 3, probably Shaun of the Dead. Okay. I love Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Their movies are so good. Yeah.
Nice.
But another British movie.
Yeah.
But I like British. Have you guys ever seen Taskmaster?
No.
Okay, just a British show. Go check it out. They have comedians on. They all do weird tasks, and it's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Now, would you ever think about making one of those types of shows?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, if I was ever invited.
You said you do skits, right? Or no, you wrote skits out.
I've written skits. I used to do skits in like high school, but it's been a while. Yeah. Right now, I'm just trying to get really good at comedy. Like I want to be able to sell myself as a comedian before I like try to delve into other stuff.
Well, the problem is that's trust me, and that's where I started my mindset. And he used to mess with me all the time. But you got to realize the way we're trying to move, man, is so hard and slow, and so you got to get as much exposure out there as possible. So if you do a skit and put it out there on TikTok or some shit, that lets people know you're out there doing it because the skit's funny. You know what I mean?
And it can't hurt.
Yeah, it can't hurt. You know, that's all I'm saying. Is like on some downtime or whatever. If you ever thought about setting it up. Because you know pretty much how you want to look in your mind, so, you know, just put it out there, man.
You know, and I got a question, like, you know, shout out to Brahm. Thanks for all our friends and supporters over the pond. Shout out to Brahm over in England.
Yep. Love you, Brahm.
So, no, my question is, like, you know, there's a lot of shows, like Sanford and Son was based off a show that was successful over in England.
Was it?
Yeah, and then they brought it over here. There's a couple of other shows like that as well.
Yeah.
There's a couple of movies that was done in other countries, and they have different versions of it in different like countries. What made you like how did you know to find a British comedy? How did you know how did you do that?
I think it was just when I was a kid, it was randomly on TV, and then I watched it, and then it was one of my favorite movies, and I watched it as an adult, and it still held up, and I'm like, because British comedy is great. It's because my style of comedy, I like clever. Yeah. I like clever jokes. I like clever comedy, and that's kind of Britain's style. Like a lot of the comics are very clever. Right. A lot of the jokes are very clever. Like when there's movies over there, and so I just kind of like that's kind of what I'm like drawn to. You know, it's the kind of comedy I'm drawn to. So I just discovered it randomly, and then Kelly's also my girlfriend. She's really into British people. Yeah, really big fans of the Queen. Yeah.
Well, see,
R.I.P.
We had to talk about her.
Only thing we had, I mean, that I knew of coming up was, it was Benny Hill, which was a British comedy. What was it called? A British comedy, like, you know, they had like different, like Saturday Night Live, sort of.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Benny Hill. Shout out to Benny Hill. I love Benny Hill.
Shout out Benny Hill. I'm sure he's watching.
He's gone, but...
Oh, I'm sure he's not watching. He's watching from heaven.
But his shows are... You can Google it. Good stuff. And we had Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Mm-hmm. Okay, I remember
Classic.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah, Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
And there was a show called The Desmonds.
Wasn't Blackadder?
Blackadder.
Yeah, Blackadder was the same. He was Mr. Bean. I
think that's what he started at. I think he may have started up. I'm not sure.
The Blackadder's hilarious.
Yeah, but you know that comedy is great.
Yeah.
And
Holy Grail too. Shout out Holy Grail. Monty Python, dude. So funny.
The Monty Python, and you had other movies that crossed over here was like Transpotting and stuff like that. Yeah. There were like comedic, England movies, and it's a host a lot more. I saw one, can't think of the name of it. It was about wrestling. I can't think of it. But I can't think of the name of it. But it's cool and it's different. But would you like your movies? Like, since you're a big fan of the English, like, do you see yourself like doing something like maybe American version of like an English type humor type?
Sure. I mean, that's my kind of humor. So, like, if I were to make something, I think it would be more like clever type jokes, not like face funny type stuff.
Did you have no ideas
so
far?
For movies?
Yeah.
Movie ideas?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I haven't really thought. I've thought very little of like.
Let's go, Glenn.
Writing scripts.
Let's go, man.
Yeah.
It's out here.
I've written skits, but I don't know. A movie about a dog who's also a lawyer.
There you go.
And his wife is Oprah.
The dog's
that's my
wife?
movie.
But that's the problem is now you gotta get Oprah.
She'll be on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
See, that's why I always say minimal characters, minimal locations.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Sometimes you can't get those big people.
And I want Air Bud. Not accepting anything less. I want the Air Bud. The Air Bud.
The dog Airbud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see how crazy is that? Because I guess movies run parallel to comedy. Because when you can create out of whatever, you can create. You know what I mean? Come up with ideas. It's like, what do I write a movie about? What do I do a set about? You know what I mean? It's fun.
Yeah, it is like synonymous. Writing a movie, making a set. You know, it's all coming from thin air. You got to think of like just funny ideas.
Or is it? Or do we just absorb it?
From the grand consciousness of mankind?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
The muse.
Yeah.
Is the muse real?
I think it is.
I think so.
Yeah.
It could very well be.
We all took mushrooms before this, by the way. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying.
You know what? Hey, you know, in addition to, like, we talked a lot about his comedy, but this dude is an MC.
Right?
Like, can we hear some new music coming, or is it coming, or?
Yeah, we got like 5 songs done right now. We just gotta get the license to the beats, and then we gotta mix it a little bit, and it should be out in a couple months.
Okay,
probably, something like
so you're
that.
still rocking that shit.
Yeah, still rocking.
Okay.
Yep.
So I asked him in the beginning, like, what's his rap name? It's not, you know, MCG Smooth or nothing like that, or G Smooth or G like this. He said his name is Glenn.
Just Glenn. Call me Glenn. Because how many rappers out there are just called Glenn? You know, it's very unique.
Glenn.
No.
Hey, you heard that new Glenn?
Two N's. Glenn with 2 N's.
Glenn double N.
Glenn double N.
Yeah, that's me.
Man.
Glenn N squared.
Glenn to the second power N.
Hey, nice.
I don't know.
It's a mouthful, but I think it'll work.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be hard to fit that into like a rhyme.
Shit's dope, though.
No.
I like that.
Hey, look, check him out. Check his music out. He has skills.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are so complimentary. It makes me feel good about myself. I need
Trust
it.
me,
I
I've
need the
heard
ego
people
boost.
rap, myself included.
Me
not
too.
Good.
And
Not
I
good.
suck.
Not good. And so when I hear something that's good, I have to give it credit.
Oh,
You know what I'm
shucks.
saying? Especially when it's in that realm. Like I said, we talk, man. If you're doing rap and you're white, good luck.
Look, I'm black and I can't rap.
Yeah, good luck. So you gotta, the bar is Eminem. It's tough.
But in
you
my
don't have to
mind-
be, but that's in my mind the bar. And it's like, I
Yeah.
can't do that, so what's the point? You know,
Yeah.
but you have to have that emotion. You have to love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
really enjoy it. And I used to write shit back in high school and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like that dream gave up a long time ago.
In my
You know
mind,
what
I'm a
I mean?
rapper.
So it was just like, what's the next thing? Get on the mic and talk shit.
It's true.
I don't care if I just did a comedy show. In my mind, I just did a rap concert.
I mean, it's like that. You said they run parallel.
They do run
Have you
parallel.
seen some of these fucking arenas that comedians walk
Oh,
into,
yeah.
and it's just,
Oh yeah.
it's like,
That's the
what
pop. They call it the
suck?
pop.
Like Taylor Swift just popped out.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, Tay-Tay. Shout out.
I'm
Hey.
sorry.
Shout out Tay Tay. I know she's watching.
Yeah, and her followers follow us and subscribe.
Yeah,
Appreciate,
if
all
just
your
1%
support.
of her followers
Yeah, right?
follow this podcast.
You know what? When we post this on hashtag Tay-Tay.
Yeah, hashtag Tay Tay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
I would like to thank you for coming on. Hey, Jay, where can they find you, baby?
Hey, everybody, you can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on all platforms.
And I am the _great_COREE. That's where you can find me. Or you can find us both on the Midnight Paco Podcast.
That's right.
Yo, I would like to thank our very special guest, Glenn Menteer.
Yes.
Where can they find you?
Yeah, find me on Facebook. Find me on Instagram at Glenn Menteer. Or just type in my name, you'll find me. Also on TikTok, type in my name, you'll find me. 2 N's, MENTEER.
And YouTube, check out.
Yeah, what about the music?
Check out Lyrical Rap Syndicate. That's my rap band with my cousin. So come check it out.
Yeah, hey man, it's dope.
Thanks.
Check it out, y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. It was a good time.
No problem,
pleasure.
man.
Had fun.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
Peace out.
Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.